Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I have an event tonight, a cocktail event that I'm going to, so I thought I would just do my makeup along with you, kind of glam makeup a little bit more than just every day. So I prep my skin with, this is the collagen peptide serum. It's from 21 again. I really love this stuff. And then under my eye, I put their vitamin C eye cream. So that's already on. And then what I'm going to do is, you know, it's kind of in between colors right now with this season. My chest is a different color than my face because I don't let any sun get on my face. Oh, I try not to. So I kind of have to fake the color that I put on there just to make it blend in. But I'm going to use Saint. I think I'm going to use I don't know. I have to be careful because I don't want to look orange. You know that look? Okay, so I'm going to use Mango. This was actually color matched to me, so let me just see if this is going to work for this color. Oh, just put that all in my hair. I'm still getting used to this haircut because I don't really know how to color or style it yet. So every day it's kind of a new thing. I literally just put all of that in my hair. Okay. So I'm just putting this foundation on. It's just an old eyeshadow brush that I washed. And all I'm doing right now is just putting it on my skin. But this particular shade, I'm only doing on the lower, like, beard area, okay? Because I'm going to use different shades. They're not going to go over each other. That's not the idea. So don't think that it's like, oh my gosh, that's way too much makeup. You're actually not layering it. You're just doing it in different colors. So I'm blending all that into my neck. I'm wearing a dress that's a halter neck, I should say. So I don't need to do my chest and all that stuff. Okay, this color is called, hold on, Hazel. Okay, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm going to go on the sides of my nose, under my lip, and I mean under my nose, over my lip, okay? And they're all going to blend in together. But you see, I didn't put that color up here because your face is actually in different shades. Same color here. Hazel's going to go over the eyebrows, okay? So it's just on. Think that's it. Now I use Anastasia. This is her concealer, and the color I use is number 8. I find that I like her concealer better, like under my eye, because it's not really thick. So I'm just gonna go right down my nose, down my forehead, kind of like a little tree, just to give some light there. A little on the chin. And then I'm going to put this under my eye. I don't really have like a set way, like I'm not being super precise about it. And then I also go over my eyelid. Here's why. So with my skin shade, like the sun goes, and I have different pigmentation all over my face, all over my freaking face. So I want my eye area, especially where the shadows are going to go, I want it to be all even. So that's why I put that on there. Okay, that part's done. Then I'm going to take, this is a detail brush from Saint. So it has a little end and then a blunt end. I'll start at my neck, and I'm just using kind of like touch and flick strokes. Okay, so I'm just blending this. So the idea when you put your foundation along your beard area, that color should match your neck. So, you know, sometimes with traditional makeup, you use one color all over, but maybe your neck's not that color, you know, especially if you wear makeup in the sun, you know, you have that extra protection that maybe you don't have it on your neck. So your neck is thinner skin, and it's going to have, it's going to have a different shade. So I like to match the lower part of my face to my neck. Okay, so I'm kind of it didn't have to be perfect right now because I'm going to come back in with a sponge. Okay, then I'm going to take this same brush, like I'm not changing it just because I'm moving in a different color area, and I'm just kind of pushing it up, blending it and pushing it up towards my hairline. Okay, under my nose, all that jazz. Sides of my nose. And I didn't put anything there, but I'm just using whatever's left over because I'm actually going to contour that. So I'm not into like layering more makeup on top of each other if you don't need to. I kind of like a light feel. Okay, so that's blended. Now I'm going to take this small in and I'm just going to kind of just dabble it all over the eye area. This is just to get the color in. And then I'm going to take a sponge and we're going to blend it. I try not to get into my eyebrow, even though I'm going to have to fill those in. I try not to because it just makes it have a weird color. Okay, if I look away, it's because I can't see everything on my phone. Okay. Alrighty. Now, as promised, I'm going to use my sponge. This is the Saint. Where'd it go? This is the Saint sponge. I like the sponge. I like the shape. I like how it feels. I like that it doesn't fall apart when you are using it. Some sponges will do that. They'll start to fall apart. So all I'm doing right now is just kind of pressing everything in. Just pressing that into the skin. It looks like I'm beating on myself. All over. Same sponge, just moving it. So we have 3 different shades on my face for the foundations, but I didn't layer them, so they're not on top of each other. And if you notice too, I did not put anything in my cheek area because I'm going to put my contour, bronzer, and cheek color there. So I'm like, well, why do I need that? Why do I need that? It's like sometimes when you put butter on your food and then you put gravy on top, you're like, I don't really taste the butter. Why did I put that on there? It's kind of weird analogy. Okay, so everything I think is pretty blended. That's the fun thing about this cream makeup is that it blends super easily. When you use traditional makeup, it goes on like a cream, but it dries like a powder, and that's why you can hear the expression cake face because it dries like a powder and it sets in the little wrinkles. Okay, so as you can tell, I use this all the time. This is Indigo. This is my contour, again from Saint. I'm just using an old eyeshadow brush. When I say old, y'all, it's clean. Don't be thinking I'm gross, but I don't use it for my eyes anymore. And I'm just drawing the lines that I want, okay? So you can basically sculpt your face however you want to. You just want to make sure they're in the same neighborhood. Okay, then I'm going to go on the hairline. Doesn't have to be super pretty because it's going to blend. Try not to go too close to your hairline because then you're going to have to blend it into your hair, and that, especially if you're blonde, that's going to look a little weird. And then on the nose, so I go underneath and then just like kind of from the eyebrow down. I don't go super crazy on the contour, probably because I don't really know what I'm doing. But that's kind of the idea. And then you blend like crazy. Okay, and then on that jaw, just whatever's left over on the brush. Okay, all right, okay. Okay, I'm going to use this brush. Again, double-ended brush. What's the name of this one? Forget the name of this one. I'll figure it out. Okay, so all I'm doing, I'm not doing this motion because I need that contour to stay in the place where it was. If I used a fatter brush and it blended all over, then I'm not getting that chiseled look. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of defeating the purpose of a contour. So I'm just blending it into that area, but don't be scared. It's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be fine. Okay. Moving that in. I like these contours because, again, they're cream and they move. Sometimes with powder, it stays. And then if you can't blend it, then you have a weird look. See these things in my hair, little pink guys? They're called root lifters. They're like a tiny little curler. So I'm just trying them out. I'll let you know if I like them. but I've already curled my hair, and then you just put those around like where you want some lift. I mean, I have skinny hair, y'all. Even before cancer, I had skinny hair, and then it came back exact same way. So I am the product queen. I have to have something, and I can't do like dry shampoos day after day. It's just too heavy for my little old hair. Okay, so now I'm blending the poop out of this right now. Yeah, kind of like somebody from Cats right now. But that's okay, it'll all blend. Okay, and don't forget the chin. I have done that before. Go out in public, I'm like, oh crap, forgot about that. I'm that girl. Okay. And then I like to take the brush that I blended my foundations or highlights and just kind of mute it out so it's not super crazy. Okay. This is Bella. I'd like you to meet Bella. Bella, people. Bella is my bronzer. So I'm going to go back in with the same eyeshadow brush because it's going in a different spot. So we chiseled all that stuff right there. Now I'm going to go on top of the cheekbone. And I'm just going to kind of make a C. Like this. Okay. So see how we've lightened this area? Kind of like a ski mask. We want to keep that light. Okay, so try not to blend your stuff into that area. Then I'm using, this is the powder, no, it's the blush and bronzer brush, and the one that I blended the contour is the powder brush. Jesus has told me that. Okay, I'm using the small end, and I'm just blurring it out. I'm wearing black, so I kind of can do whatever lip shade I want. I can't decide if I'm going to do a nude or if I might go crazy with a red. I never wear red, so I probably won't. I think it's so pretty, but I'm always like, ugh, I don't know that if I don't know. I always second guess myself, so I usually don't. I probably should, because I don't wear it during the day. On TV sometimes, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So now we've got all of that. Now keep in mind we are going to set with powder, which will mute a lot of this. So if you're like, oh hell no girl, that is way too much, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Now, so all of the, structure is on my face now. So now let's decide on a cheek color. Saint has lip and cheek, so you can use it for your lips or your cheeks. So I have mine kind of broken down into color categories. And Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my old stand-in, wherever that is. I have a lot of palettes because I just came back from a trip, so I packed a palette just for my trip. Like this was just for my trip. And I haven't organized it yet. Okay, so this is Baby Watermelon. It's really pink on, but it's gonna mute out. Okay, I don't know that I'm gonna do that on my lips, but I'm doing it on the cheeks. So I'm starting at the apple and I'm just blending up a little bit. Okay, like so. Then take the same brush that you blended your bronzer, and you're just doing this like you would do normal blush, just kind of just tapping it in there. Just like that. Even if you wear a nude lip, you still want to add just a little bit of color to your cheek. So kind of pinks are easy for me to go to. Except I don't know, I do like some peachy coral things too. Okay, now eyebrows. Okay, so my little eyebrows, y'all, they're basically just a tattoo that's been fading for about 12 years. So I'm happy to have them. I'm super happy to have them during chemo because I didn't have any eyebrows. So I'm going to use this eyeshadow is called Labyrinth. And it's from Saint. It's just in the brown family. I just have an angled brush. I don't even know where this brush came from, probably Ulta. And then all I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm just gonna follow the outline. Like I'm not drawing on anything too different. But this tattoo has obviously faded, so I need to fill it in. I have not had success with like the pencils that you get the little strokes. And I'm certainly not saying the way I do it is the best way, but I haven't found a pencil, so this is my option here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have a pencil you love, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to try it. Okay, so now on the inner part, y'all, that is all tattoo, no hair. And so what I have to do is kind of create little brush strokes. If I can actually talk while doing this, it's pretty darn good. Every day I swear it's different. I'm like, oh, I got that one done. Now I got to do this one. And I actually have one eyebrow that's higher than the other. So I kind of have to somehow make them look more like sisters. Okay. And I'm going to go underneath. Like I never use a brow gel, setting gel, any of that jazz, because y'all ain't nothing to set. No, it's not. I used to have huge eyebrows when I was like in my 20s and teens. But then I went through that epidemic where you plucked them all the time. Okay, here we go. Pray for me. No, Gretchen. Okay, hang on. It's okay. It's okay. All right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Just get in there. Get in there, because that's not looking normal. Okay. Can I live with that? Not yet. Oh. See, they're so hard to make them look alike. Like one of these days I'm going to break down and go get my brows done again. That looks like I'm angry. Hang on. Okay, we're going to do that. Now, I want to show you one more thing. I like to take my little old, this is the brush that I applied the foundations with, or the highlights. And I'm going to take the same concealer. I'm going to draw a line up to like the outside of the corner of my eyebrow, see? Because I'm focused on pulling the eye up and out. And that's it, y'all. I'm ready for the ball. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my finger and just barely blend that. Because I kind of want it highlighted. You know what I'm saying? But not crazy. Probably could use a skinnier brush to do that. Okay, now let's put some powder on. Let's do this. I wish I didn't like this powder so much because it's freaking expensive, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is in this stuff? It's the Laura Mercier translucent 3D powder, and I've been using it for years and I love it, and it's like $52, y'all. Laura, can you just go down a little bit on your prices? Okay, so this is what you call baking, in case you're wondering what the hell you're doing. I did not come up with this, so please don't give me credit. Okay, you're just going to basically powder the shit out of these areas and leave it for a bit. Okay, and then I'll come back and powder everything and blend it all in. So my cheeks have not been powdered yet, but right now this is what we're doing. Looks pretty stupid, I know, but trust me, there's a process. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And then I probably, because I want to do a little different look tonight, I'm going to go over one more time with this concealer on my eyelid before we get to going on the colors. Okay. blend it out a little bit, just kind of pat it in there. And then you're going to want to powder over that because it's kind of creamy and your powder's going to stick to it and it might be weird. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just going to take that really expensive powder that we just talked about again, and I'm going to use just a little tiny brush and go over the lid. Wonk, wonk, wonk. I don't care if I get it on the below because I just put powder there. Anywho. Okay, now we're set. Ready to go. Sometimes I do my lips before everything. Look, there's my, sometimes that happens, the whatever this is, eyebrow stuff gets down there. Stay where you is. Okay, sometimes I do my lips before. I don't know that I'm going to do that now. And sometimes I do that, y'all, because it kind of it helps me balance the colors of what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm going to go with kind of a smokier eye. This color is called Havana. It's kind of in the orange family. And I know you're like, oh, that's weird. I know it is, y'all. But by the time you blend it in with browns and stuff like that, it's perfect. The reason why I like this color is it kind of gives it like a little highlight. Like it's just not all brown. If you used all brown, you could kind of look a little muddy. So this just gives a little warmth to it. Even though I have pink on my cheeks, it's very subtle. So it's not like hugely standing out. And then I'm just dragging it under. And remember that line that we did? I'm just pulling it up, okay? And then I'm going to turn that brush around. This is the eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to blend it. I have to leave it an hour. Okay, other side. So this is kind of coming right on that brow bone. Above, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going into that crease because I'm old and it would be dark in there. It would look too dark and it would kind of sink my eye in. You don't have to be super precise with the under eye stuff now because I am going to take a different brush and really do some details on that. Okay, so I swear I'm having a hot flash. Whew. So when I had my surgery for cancer, they gave me a complete hysterectomy, took everything out, which put me in automatic menopause. But I'm just now, 2 years later, starting to feel it, and it's so weird. Literally, I'm just like, what? What in Jesus' name is going on? It's just really, really weird. So all you ladies out there, I empathize with you. Okay, I'm going to look into, this is my palette that has the shimmers. What do we want to do? I don't want to do any of those. So I just lied. I'm not going to do that. But let's go back. I want to find, I like this color. It's kind of like milk chocolate. Okay. So I'm going to do the same brush and I'm going to place it on the outer corner of that lid and bring it up to that bone area again where we just placed the other one, but I'm not going to bring it all the way in. Okay. What if I didn't blend? Would y'all judge me? You better. Okay, I'm going to use a different brush when I apply that underneath, but right now, I'm just getting this on there. These pigments in the Saint eyeshadows are super intense, so literally, unless you break them, which I can show you how to fix that, where you can put it all back together again, they do last a long time because it doesn't take a lot of product to get that color that you want. Okay, can you see how it's kind of like it's a two-tone because we did that orangey kind of butterscotch color and now I've got this one on top. Remember, when you're doing makeup, y'all, it's a process. Okay, so it's not, you don't put, especially eyes, you're not just doing one shade and you're walking away. You can, by all means, but for this event tonight, I need to be a little more fancy. Okay, turn it around, blendy blend. Now these are both matte shades, and I did that because I want depth. But then for the final look of it, I'm probably going to go in with some shimmer. I'm thinking hot chocolate is the shade I want. Okay, I just put powder all down there. So I've got to get that off. Good. Okay, so it's not perfectly blended, but we're still building. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, there we go. This is gilded. It's a little bit darker, but it's still in that little shimmer family. Again, I'm just using the same brush, y'all, just tapping it on there. I'm going to place that on that lid. Just placing it right there. Giving it a little shimmer, just bringing it up. It's kind of all in the same area. We are just building. And a little hint, if you use a shade that has some sort of a coral, butterscotch, almost an orange shade to it, it actually makes the color of your eyes really pop. So that's why that first shade that's right in here is that Havana, which is kind of an orangey kind of color. Is that a word? Orangey? You know what I mean? Okay. All right, getting there. It's a process. Okay, so for the inner here, I am going to use, I think I'm going to do this, y'all. Let me show you this little trick. So if you're going to use a glitter eyeshadow, you want to use a setting spray with it. And here's why. Sometimes glitter eyeshadows can go everywhere. And then it's all under your eyes. It's a mess, right? So this color right here is called Golden Eye, and it's actually gold and silver. So I'm just going to take a flat brush, and I have used brush cleaner before instead of setting spray, and that's never a good idea. So setting spray on a brush, spray it, right? And then I'm going to put it into the shadow like this. Then it's controlled where it's going. Okay. I think it's still wet enough I can use it on this eye. And I like to come down a little bit on the inner corners. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, this is the multitasker brush in the eyeshadow, and the small end is a little tiny brush. So I'm going to go in with Philly. That was the dark milk chocolate that I used, and I'm going to go under my eye here, just right up next to the lash line. And I'm going to drag it up a little bit. Especially for those of you in my age club, welcome. Our eyes the lids tend to pull down as we age, so we always want to work on pulling everything up. I have no idea what kind of weird faces I make when I'm putting makeup on.